Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading today here at MadWorldTarot. And today, for a change, I'm taking us forward in time, 5 years forward to be precise. I'm looking at Harry and I'm looking at Meghan. Where will they be in 5 years' time? I think we all got a bit despondent when we saw that Netflix had not renewed Meghan's show with Love Meghan. They have decided to air the next 8 episodes that have already been filmed. They were filmed in January. Interesting timing given the disaster tourism and all of that. But they've decided to go ahead. Obviously, an opportunity for her to get her act together and get that merch ready, her product line ready for her as ever brand, that Netflix can try and recoup some money from the great big disaster that was the Parkour Netflix deal. That's all, of course, speculation, all opinion. But yeah, it's a bit sickening that we're going to have to endure more of the same old, same old. So I'm going to do a look ahead, a 12-card reading, a snapshot of what her life is going to be like in 5 years' time. That's taking us to 2030. We're going to look at her public image, her finances, her PR, her home life, her children, her day-to-day life, her working life, her health, her marriage. Where's that going to be? Change. We're going to look at the publishing. Is the book going to be out? We're going to look at her career. How is that going to be going? And hidden things like mental health issues, addiction issues, maybe. All those kinds of things. We're going to be looking at that. So see if we can get a kind of a picture of where she is going to be in 5 years' time. And I've just done Harry's reading. It looked pretty bleak for him, I have to say. And the marriage did not look in good shape in that reading. It looked like a very slow and torturous process to ending the marriage. This Page of Swords keeps showing itself. Just to note. Page of Swords keeps showing itself. That's somebody who's still strategizing. That's what that card is about. So we'll see if it shows up in the actual reading. I think we're ready to go. Yeah, we are. And see what Meghan has, her energy has to tell us. And of course, it is just tarot. It's for fun and entertainment. It is all my opinion, all speculation. And I just read energy and disclaimer in the box below. See where we are. 12 cards. They represent the 12 houses of the zodiac. For those of you who haven't seen one of these readings on my channel before, very useful tarot spread. If you're learning tarot and you want to try it, useful to see, just to get a very clear idea of what's going on in someone's life at a certain moment. And of course, the life we're looking at today, Meghan Markle's. Underlying energy, oh my goodness, she's got the hanging on for dear life energy, the death card, and it's in reverse. That is a signifier for her in 5 years' time. Death card in reverse, negativity, nihilism, refusing to let go, fear of change. It's an ending that is past time. It's way past time, the death card. It's so overdue. It's scary. She needs to let go of everything that she's hanging on to, but she doesn't want to. She's afraid to do it. I got a very similar energy. I'm just going to move this. All hang on there, grab on the straps, and there we go. I got a very similar card for Prince Harry down in this position as the signifier for Harry, interestingly. So that's why I said it looks like the marriage might take a very long time to reach its inevitable end. I believe it's an inevitable end. They might cling on for the sake of appearances, for money, for deals, because they don't want to admit that they were wrong. Then what next? No options to them. If they call it quits on the marriage, where will they both be? It's that kind of energy that I'm getting from her. I got the same energy from him. And it's also a Scorpio card. And there's, of course, the famous Scorpio in the royal family, currently King Charles. that might have some influence on where she is in 5 years as well. Just saying. We'll see if any more of that shows up in this reading. Let's get to it. Her public profile, the face that she's presenting to the world, what people think of her, and this is uncanny, it's actually spooky. It's exactly the same card as I got for Harry, and literally 4 of Pentacles in reverse. And upright, it's about being in control, stable, very focused on your coin. In reverse, it's letting go or losing control, not letting go, losing control, unhealthy materialism, unexpected financial loss. Both of them looking like they chased money at the expense of everything else. Family relationships, children, goals, vision, humanitarian ideals, all the rest of it. They just chased. Money is going to be screamingly obvious to people. Might also be screamingly obvious while they are still technically together, even though living completely separate lives in 5 years' time, all about the money. But losing deals, very unstable, very materialistic, very mean, very greedy, very it's an ugly energy, the 4 of Pentacles. And the real energy that's coming through, apart from the very obvious pursuit of money and wealth and everything, the status and everything that represents, is how much they will have lost by then. The loss of security, loss of stability, loss of status, loss of actual money. So fascinating to me that they both got that card, and this energy for them is very similar as well. So where's she going financially? 5 years' time. Second house. How is her financial situation going to be? Pretty bad. The moon. Pretty bad. It's anxiety. It's worry. It's a very fearful card, the moon. Lots of worries, deception, confusion. She's not going to be clear about her financial situation at all. Where's the money coming from? How is she going to earn it? It might be causing her a lot of anxiety at that point. This relentless pursuit of money doesn't look like it's going to serve her very well when you get a card like the moon. And the fear, the doubt, the worry, it's mental health issues as well. Her financial situation could be so bleak that it causes some kind of mental health issues. That's me speculating. It's also that her finances might be quite shady, quite murky, quite hard to penetrate. Where did that money come from? Where is it hidden? Who's really got it? How did she really earn it? That kind of thing as well could be sitting there. That there might be some secrets, there might be some strange things about her finances that she might be very afraid of having exposed, which is interesting as well. Will we all be looking agog in 5 years' time to see what's going on with Meghan Markle's finances? I doubt it, but it might be a big story that blows at some stage. Third house is really about communication. I very often read it as siblings. This time I'm going to read it as an actual communication card. PR, spin, all that stuff that we see every day in the tabloids, in the press, social media, everywhere we go. What's going to be going on with that 10 of Pentacles? She's still going to be sending out the message relentlessly. 10 of Pentacles. She's going to be blowing all her money on doing this, on trying to convince us that she is connected to the royal family. She's still very wealthy. She's still very influential. She's royal adjacent. I think that Sussex name is going to have achieved some quite high mileage by the time we're at 2030, which is when this reading is set. It's rather sickening, but it tells me she's going to be blowing the budget on PR, on spin. She's not going to stop. She's done it relentlessly since she met Harry and since before she met Harry. So why would she stop, I suppose? But all of the spin is going to be to convincing us that there's something happening with the royal family. The kids may be getting close to being, on the public stage as little royals and things like that. It's going to be same old, same old. Oh dear, it's rather desperate when you get this kind of energy in a reading. Let's look at home, 4th house. What's happening? Home front. Meghan, where is she? What's going on? 5 of Cups. Oh dear. Okay, that's a very sad card. Very obviously, you don't need a tarot reader to tell you that. Grieving a loss. Hard to see the positives. Regretting the past. Self-pity. Prolonged gloom. Not a happy home. Harry gone. Children may be gone. Maybe other losses. The 4th house is mother, traditionally, but I don't think it's mother that isn't around. I'm getting quite a strong feeling, and again, it's not a vast insight that father might not be around, and that this might have landed for her. That there's a great sense of woe in that card. Home is not happy. Whatever she thought home was going to be is not at all happy. It doesn't bode well for someone who's trying to create a lifestyle brand either. Just by the way, might have lost the home. Mudslide mansion might have gone. But it's more emotional than financial, the 5 of Cups. So it tells me that the marriage is broken up and that they can't maintain the illusion of being together. We all can see that they're not together, even if they still technically are together and show up and do world tours and silly things like that. No one's going to be buying it at this point, but this is terrible energy. It's very heavy energy. For all the money she's spinning, telling us how happy she is and how great her life is. Let's look at children. I'm a bit scared to pick this card up. 5th house. Children, 9 of Cups in reverse. Self-serving relationships are unfulfilling. What a surprise. Discontented, bad host. How funny for someone with a lifestyle brand. Well, we know that now. We've all seen it in those 8 episodes and 8 more to come. But it's the wish fulfillment card, the 9 of Cups, the dream life, the dream come true. And it's in reverse. 9 Cups, 9 months. And so it's a famous children pregnancy card, the 9 of Cups. We might, but it seems unlikely, we might hear more tales about that miscarriage. Just saying. It's got that energy in there of somebody who might be so... I'm getting mental illness, and this is my personal opinion, not a diagnosis, not an expert opinion in there. We might get great tales of woe. We might find out a lot about children in the next 5 years. I certainly hope that we do. But I'm looking at her relationship with her children here in this card, and I'm getting a dream card that's in reverse, which tells me that the home might be empty, the children might not be with her, and they might not be with her because of the 9 months and the gestation and the pregnancy and the DNA and the fertilized eggs theories that are circulating and have always circulated. All of that stuff is sitting in here, and it sits in here as the moon as well, which we're talking about her finances and shadiness possibly around that mystery around money and all of those things. Where is the money going? Where are the children? All that kind of stuff. It's here. But pumping money into telling us that everything's fantastic. But scratch the surface, and you won't have to scratch very hard. You get the 5 of Cups and the 9 of Cups in reverse. Everything that she built, that she believed she was building, that she was focused on, that she wanted. It's the glutton card, the 9 of Cups, gone. Day-to-day life, work, health, what's she doing? Yeah, and it gets worse. Harry also had this card, 10 of Cups in reverse. He had it over here with money. She's got it here, 10 of Cups in reverse. Her day-to-day life, she cannot pretend to anyone that she's living a normal family life, which would be the 10 of Cups. 2 parents, 2 children, normal, fulfilled, complete. It's in reverse. So whatever family life she has pretended to build for herself, that is my opinion, that she has pretended to build this family, this illusion of a family that's together, 2 children, 2 parents, is gone in 5 years' time. It's absolutely gone. But still, coming back to this 10 of Pentacles, pumping money into trying to convince us otherwise, still. Marriage. 8 of Cups, over, gone. Tells me that Harry's left, walking away, moving on, leaving behind, time for solitude. It's over. It might not be over technically in court, papers signed, custody, guardianship, all that sort of stuff sorted out. But it's over. We know it's over now. We're going 5 years ahead. It's going to be 5 slow years. Brace yourselves. But I'm getting horrible cards. I said with Harry, he also got horrible cards. I don't relish it. I don't wish that somebody has a terrible reading, even if I'm no fan. And I'm certainly not a fan of Meghan Markle's, not at all. Don't like the way she's treated the people in her life who have done their best to be kind and good to her. But we have Cups, and we have the Moon, which is not a great card. We've got the 5 of Cups, the 9 of Cups in reverse, 10 of Cups in reverse, and the 8 of Cups. Boom, 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 boom. In this reading. In the zone of family, day-to-day life, marriage, home. Over here, this quarter of this reading is just terrible. And it looks like she's the one who is left, not the one who does the leaving. So change, transformation, learning life lessons, improving, anything like that. We've got the King of Swords, and it's in reverse, and cold hard truth, mentally unprepared, unethical. Interesting that shows up. It's a divorce card for me because it's about lawyers, and I would say that the change and transformation in her life is coming through. A divorce is coming through, possibly a change in the monarchy as well, in the father figure, in that kind of the grandfather figure, let's say, in that kind of world as well. The 8th house there. Change in regime. That could be very difficult for her to deal with. It could expose truths that she doesn't want exposed. It could be very harsh. It could take away titles. It could take away things that she really prizes. And sort of prized from her almost cold hands. Not quite cold hands, but it's a savage energy, that King of Swords in reverse. It tells me that institutions might be against her, the legal institution, the establishment might be against her, the royal family against her, states and governments and agencies might be against her. She might be having a really difficult time with that kind of situation. 9th house, I've asked about the book because it's publishing, one of the many things the 9th house represents, but we might get other energy. So that's the first thought in my mind. I've got the 6 of Pentacles, and it's in reverse. Being ungrateful, taking help for granted, being selfish. It looks like she might spill the beans with that 6 of Pentacles in reverse, and bite the royal family in the hand one more time as they reach out to her and say, here's your divorce settlement. We're going to take care of your kids for you. Make sure you never have to worry about money. We're going to bury all the skeletons, the corpses, the whatevers, the dirty secrets. We're going to sweep that all away. Chomp. Bite. So that's the energy that's coming through for me. The 6 of Pentacles. That's that classic tale. What are those stories with the animals? Come from India. And I can't remember what they're called. You will tell me. I know the scorpion catching a ride across the river and stinging whoever was carrying it over. I can't remember which animal took the scorpion. And why did you do it? It's just in my nature. I can't help it. Sting. That 6 of Pentacles, doing a dirty deed for money, and not a lot of money either. That's the 9th house. That for me is the book coming. Don't think it's going to do much damage. It will be perceived as just so ungrateful. and so driven by greed. That is my opinion. I need to make it very clear. All of this is my opinion. My very inexpert opinion. Let's look at her sort of profile, her status, her career as ever. Will she still be selling tiny flowers that you can shake on everything that you eat? What would be going on there? Where is she? Oh, the Sun is still hard at it. The Sun is very high profile. She's going to be going all out to raise her status, to get that brand going. It might even be that she finally lands on something that's successful with the Sun there, because the Sun is a card of financial abundance, celebrating, being very happy about something very positive, but it's very high profile. I'm getting a more sinister energy in there though, because I don't really get that it's as ever. Every reading I've done on Eva says it's going to die a nasty death and very quickly. My worst suspicion in this card is because I see a child there, a golden child. And the Sun is one of the royal family cards. And in my mind, as I was going through this reading before I actually did it, the 10th house for me, connection to the royal family. And I think through children, she might still be claiming that royal connection, and I say that because of this 10 of Pentacles down here, all the puff pieces, the press, and insisting maybe that she escorts children to certain events, that if you want my child there, then you're going to have me in a carriage. It's that kind of energy. I don't think we're going to see her in a carriage, but I do think she's going to try and force the issue, or make very sure that we're reminded of her constantly because there's a child, and that's going to be very difficult. She's always going to be around. Her shadow is going to hang over the royal family forever, thanks to Harry and his stupidity, in my opinion, of course. So I think that that's what that card is telling me. I think it's telling me royal adjacent still through her children, prince and princess. And unless Prince William can do something about it, it might be difficult for him to do something about it in a way that really silences her permanently. Oops, did I say that? I don't mean it. I don't mean it literally. So dreams, friends, goals, things like that in her life. How's her life going to be? And it's going to be very lonely. 10 of Wands in reverse, overburdened, letting go, collapsing under pressure. 10 of Wands in reverse. The things, the plans and schemes and how she represented herself and all that nonsense that she sold and only Harry bought is all going to collapse around her. Nobody's going to believe it. Nobody's going to believe she's a humanitarian, she's a feminist, any of that rot. That's gone. That's finished. Absolutely too difficult for her to maintain the facade, to pretend that this is who she is. I think we've all seen who she is now, and who she is what South Park told us 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? She's empty. She's a void, a gaping, yawning void. And she puts on masks at whatever moment to mimic someone else's behavior and interests and clothes and style and whatever. That's my opinion of her. But worse than that for her, because it's in the friendship zone, it's a very lonely card. I very often say that about the 10 of Wands. When you're on your own and you're struggling and there's no one around you to support you, you might have a 5 of Cups moment down here and think about the one person in your life who really would have stood with you. Your father. Just saying, and I know there's all kinds of conspiracy theories around that, but that's the energy that's coming through. She's going to be very alone, she's going to be struggling, and there's going to be no one around her to help her, and that is her karma, what she's reaping, what she's sowing right now, and has sown in the past however many years. So the 12th house, mental health issues, addiction issues, hidden things, what's going on there? And we've got the Star. Still absolutely convinced that she's ready for her close-up. convinced. It's never going to break that notion that she is special, she is destined for glory. She's going to be chasing fame and fortune till the day she dies. She's never going to let it go. She doesn't know how to let it go because she doesn't know who she is without it. This is my armchair psychology for the day. Absolutely hell-bent on proving to everyone that she's popular, she's beloved, she's Mummy Diana. It's sitting above the moon card, of course. She's special, she's chosen, she's talented, she's beautiful, she's all those things that she's not, but she believes she is. And that is what's sitting in her soul. That is what's sitting, not in her soul, it's sitting in her deepest part of her that drives everything that she does. And it will never, ever change. Which is why she won't let go. Death card in reverse, even though everything here is telling her, let go. Call it quits. Your home life is a mess. Your marriage is a mess. Your finances are a mess. But no, it's still going to be fighting, still going to be spending money to try and convince us that she's still a very important member of the royal family. Who said it famously? Was it her? We don't know for sure. But of course it was just one plane crash away. As she said so revoltingly, allegedly, and was overheard saying, and we have to say allegedly again, but still trying desperately to cling on to that royal status, looks to me, through her children. Well, she might not even really have as her children anymore. Just saying. That's the reading. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.